In this video, we want to take a quick look at creating a true line diagram. So we're going to leave the computations for a moment and head over into the drafting world. Many of you are going to produce a true line diagram to pass off to the draftsman. Some of you are actually going to produce the finished plat inside of Traverse PC. The steps we're going to go through here are going to help you whichever one you choose to do. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to bring up the drawing manager. We haven't really used this yet in any of the videos, and we notice that we've got a drawing 1. Drawing 1 is a working drawing. We've used it throughout these videos just to give us a visual reference of the corners that we're computing and where they lie. And Traverse PC created that for us automatically when we opened the drawing view, and it showed whatever traverses we had tagged. So if I were to bring up the traverses now and tag the loop 6 traverse, do you see how they're added to the drawing simply because I clicked this checkbox here? And if I untag the traverse, they go away. Let's go ahead and tag that again. And we know that I can clean up this working drawing real quickly, for instance, by coming over and right-clicking this diagonal line that I really don't need. And I can say, insert a gap there. Traverse PC will insert a gap in the traverse so that each time the traverse redraws itself, it knows not to create that particular line there. So I can actually start working toward a cleaner drawing for a control diagram or for a true line diagram or for a finished plat while I'm working on my data. And that's kind of a neat thing. I'll sometimes find that I've got 80 or 90% of my plat done before I ever think about drafting. Kind of a neat thing in Traverse PC. So once I've pretty much done what I want to do computation-wise, I'm going to start a new drawing. So let's come back to that drawing manager. I'm going to leave drawing 1 there. That's just fine. But I'm going to add a new drawing just by double-clicking any blank line. And let's call this True Line Diagram. Now all of the drawings in Traverse PC start from a template. And you're probably going to want to create a true line drawing template that has the things in it that you want. We supply a couple for dependent resurveys and a number of different other ones. I'm going to just choose the default here. Tell Traverse PC I want to do a plan view, and I'm not going to clear any tags. So let's choose OK. And Traverse PC just created a new drawing. I'm going to do a zoom extents to bring the tag traverses in at the scale that I want. Let's come back now, and because this is a new drawing, I can untag any traverses I don't want, like the loop 6 here. And if you don't want this title bar down here, and you probably don't need it for something like this, just delete it. Just right click, delete. You can pick a scale now, or you can pick a scale later. Traverse PC really doesn't care. It's real easy as we go to pick this survey up and move it around. I did that by holding down the control key while I moved the survey. Notice that if I'm not over a particular object like a label or a line, I get just a plus, and down at the very bottom in the status bar it says press the control key to drag that survey around where I want. So it's real easy to put it where I want and at whatever scale I want. Let's go ahead and make these point labels just a little bit larger here so that we can follow along a little more easily. I'm going to make these 1200ths. I'll leave the symbols small. And let's go ahead and tell Traverse PC that we want to annotate these lines above and below. Let's do the same thing for the side shots. Let's annotate those above and below. And let's choose a solid line for the side shots. We wouldn't have to, but it'll give us something that looks a little bit more like a finished drawing if we do. Now, what we want to do in this video here is connect some 40 lines, and we do that in a traverse by connecting side shots. So we're not actually going to draw a line like we would in CAD. We're going to connect those in a traverse as side shots and let Traverse PC take care of any labeling associated with those lines. So let's start here on the southeast quarter, and let's connect the center south 16th with the south 16th on the east line. So let's find those points over here in the survey, and I'm going to move over to 600 420 find it right here. I want to go just below it because I want the side shot to originate from it. So I'm going to insert and then type in 540, 420. Traverse PC says that point exists. And I press the enter key again, and all I need to do now is make sure it's a side shot and not a control point. So if I made it a control point, you saw it reconnect it. As soon as I made it a side shot, then it drew what I wanted it to draw. Let's do the same thing at the northeast quarter here. So let's go up to 600, 460. Here's our 600, 460. I want to insert this point just below it. So I'm going to press insert. If I want to, I can make this a side shot first. So I can go to point type, side shot. So before I even recall the point, I can make it a side shot. And let's recall 540, 460. PC again just brings that point in for me. Now, another thing I want to do is connect the center quarter here. I've currently got a side shot line that goes all the way from the east quarter to the west quarter, and I want to correct that. And I'll tell you a little trick that I do. First of all, I'm going to remove this side shot up here. It goes all the way from 640 to 500, 440. That line that goes all the way across. And the trick is that I want the control point to draw 540, 440G before the side shot does, because I want this to look like the other corners in here. And so I'm going to insert the side shot for the center 40 lines here, both from 540, 440G. So let's locate 540, 440G and just go down. I'm going to insert one of these. Again, let's make that a side shot. And I just can't press F10 while I'm recording because it does something else. So I have to choose the point type and the side shot here. When you do this, you can just press F10 on your computers. And let's go ahead and recall the east quarter here. So 600, 440 in that center 40 line there. And I wanted to show it this way because now I can just press the insert key on 600, 440. Traverse PC inserts another point but recognizes that I was on a side shot. So it makes this one a side shot also. So now I can recall 500, 440, get my side shot to my west quarter here.